Here's a wild stat. Nearly 70% of motorcycle riders say they've been disrespected by other riders on the road. And more often than not, it's because someone ignored basic motorcycle etiquette. Let's be real, riding isn't just about throttle and lean angles. It's about respect, awareness, and the unspoken rules that separate true riders from weekend posers. In this video, we're calling out 11 common etiquette rules that posers break all the time often without even realizing it. If you've ever felt the cold shoulder at a group ride or been left behind at a red light, this one's for you. Number 1. Follow traffic laws and ride responsibly. Even in a hurry, obey all traffic rules. Advanced riders treat speed limits, stop signs, and signals as non-negotiable safety tools. Cruising faster or weaving recklessly may seem thrilling, but it endangers everyone. Poser riders often jump lights, split lanes aggressively, or perform stunts in traffic, which can trigger accidents. Instead, ride predictably and by the book. Use your turn signals, respect red lights, and stay within speed limits. Remember that motorcyclists are highly vulnerable. Obeying the law gives you time to react. The Gulf Oil blog emphasizes that traffic laws are designed to keep everyone on the road safe. Riding sober and focused preserves your life and the community's reputation. In short, ride smart and courteously to maintain safety and respect for other road users. Number 2. Always wear proper riding gear. Wearing full protective gear is non-negotiable, even on short runs. A DOT-approved helmet, gloves, jacket, pants, and boots aren't just style statements. They're lifesavers. Advanced riders never cut corners on gear because good equipment vastly reduces injury in a crash. Poser riders often skip a jacket or wear street clothes, but this greatly increases risk of road rash or worse. Instead, invest in quality, well-fitting gear every ride. The MSF riding tips note that wearing the right gear enhances safety and comfort. Always dress for the crash, not the ride. Bright or reflective gear also boosts visibility. By suiting up properly, you show respect for your own safety and set a professional example for others. Proper gear use is a basic courtesy. It demonstrates you take the community and riding seriously. Number 3. Communicate with clear signals. Good riders communicate their moves. Use turn signals, brake lights, and agreed hand signals so everyone knows your intentions. Advanced groups learn the standard MSF signals before heading out. Poser riders often neglect signals or improvise confusing gestures, leaving the group guessing. In traffic, failing to signal a lane change or turn is dangerous and disrespectful. Instead, tap your brakes early, use your signals promptly, and master universal hand signs so following riders can react. Remember to briefly point out hazards or speed changes. Even a quick tap of the rear brake can alert others. Consistent signaling ensures everyone stays informed and safe. Clear communication is a core courtesy. It shows you're riding responsibly and looking out for others. Number 4. Maintain a safe following distance. Always keep a generous gap to the rider ahead. A 2-3 second cushion lets you stop safely if someone brakes suddenly. Advanced riders routinely eyeball their 2-second count. Posers often tailgate to show off, creating a chain reaction crash risk. As Gulf Oil notes, riding closely can lead to accidents if a rider needs to stop or slow down suddenly. Instead, let off the throttle and drop back if you feel boxed in. On twisty roads or highway lines, this space provides reaction time for potholes or hazards. Likewise, don't weave between cars or cut off other bikes. Maintain a straight, predictable lane path. Keeping proper distance is polite and practical. It protects not only you, but lets those behind you feel secure. A courteous rider yields extra room rather than bumper-to-bumper pressure. Number 5. Use proper group formation and spacing. In a group ride, staggered formation is the standard for safety. Experienced riders alternate left-right positions in the lane, with 1-second gaps between bikes. This gives each rider room to maneuver and a clear line of sight. On curves, narrow lanes, or poor visibility, switch to single file with about a 2-second gap. Poser riders often violate this by riding side by side or crowding together, which reduces escape space and risks handlebar contact. Avoid pair-up riding unless absolutely needed to pass. When one rider slows or a hazard appears, tight groups don't have room to swerve. The MSF guide explicitly warns to avoid side-by-side formations that cut the safety cushion. Stick to your place in the stagger and tighten gaps to single file only when signaled. This disciplined spacing keeps everyone in sync and prevents accidents. Number 6. Check mirrors and keep group together. Advanced riders regularly glance in their mirrors to ensure no one is dropped. If a teammate is falling behind, ease off the throttle or pull over at a safe spot to let them catch up. The MSF recommends, if you see a rider falling behind, slow down so they may catch up. Poser riders will often gun the throttle or ignore lagging riders, fracturing the group. Instead, maintain a steady pace that suits the entire group's skill level. If the pack starts stretching out, adjust. The leader shouldn't push everyone to speeds beyond comfort. If someone does get separated, don't panic. Good groups have pre-planned regrouping procedures. Never break the law or sprint recklessly. Just to rejoin, it's safer to wait and regroup than to race back. In short, foster a team mindset. Watch your mirrors and give a hand by slowing slightly when needed. Number 7. Plan ahead and arrive prepared. A proper group ride starts before the engines even turn. Meetup rules should be set in advance. Discuss the route, fuel stops, rest breaks, and hand signals beforehand. Appoint a designated leader and a sweep so every rider is accounted for. Serious riders arrive on time with a full tank, charged communication devices, and a clear mind. Posers might show up late or nearly out of gas, throwing the plan off. The MSF advises, arrive prepared on time with a full gas tank. If you're leading, make sure everyone understands the route and safety plan. If you're following, ask questions if unclear. This pre-ride courtesy prevents confusion and ensures no one is left guessing mid-ride. Good planning is respectful. It keeps traffic flow smooth and shows you value everyone's time and safety. Number 8. Stop and park considerately. When you halt, leave room and a clear line for the rider in front. Instead of pulling up right beside someone, stop a few feet back so everyone can see around and move off safely. Likewise, when parking in a group, give fellow riders space to mount-dismount without clipping handlebars or exhausts. Posers often crowd close at stops or awkwardly angle their bikes, which can block exits or force others to squeeze. Instead, park in single file or staggered lines, leaving foot traffic paths clear. This shows respect for everyone's bike. If you stop on the shoulder, position yourself out of the main lane so cars aren't impeded. By simply leaving a buffer at lights and in parking, you help the group move on smoothly and avoid minor fender benders, a small courtesy that fellow riders will appreciate. Always ask before touching another rider's bike. Treat each machine as someone's personal property. Number 9. Respect fellow riders' motorcycles. Treat other bikes as you'd treat a person's home hands-off unless invited. It's common courtesy to avoid leaning on or handling someone else's motorcycle, especially if they're not present. Poser riders might impulsively kick tires, sit on a parked bike, or try an unauthorized spin, all of which is intrusive and can lead to scratches or startle bystanders. Advanced riders simply admire other machines from a distance and always ask permission before even touching controls. If a friend offers their bike, handle it gently. This respect extends to not moving others' gear or kicking stands down. In sum, never treat another person's motorcycle as public property. Keeping your hands off maintains trust and avoids misunderstandings. A respectful rider honors others' property just as carefully as their own. Number 10. Avoid excessive noise. Be mindful of your bike's volume, especially at stops or in quiet areas. Aggressive throttle revving, often done by posers at lights for attention, is frowned upon because it can disturb neighbors and traffic. The community etiquette is clear. Excessive revving is generally seen as rude and can disturb others. Seasoned riders enjoy their bikes without drawing extra attention at inappropriate times. At a red light or in a parking area, hold the clutch in or shift to neutral and let the engine idle gently. Save the roaring full throttle blips for the track or open stretches, not residential streets or crowded meet spots. This small courtesy preserves goodwill with the public and shows you're riding respectfully. Quiet idling and smooth takeoffs send the message. You're serious about riding, not just about making noise. Number 11. Pass others with caution. When overtaking cars or fellow riders, Do so smoothly and only when it's clearly safe. Always give a signal and make sure you have plenty of space before cutting out. Posers sometimes dart ahead of riders without warning or drop group members when passing vehicles, which is dangerous and rude. Instead, check mirrors, signal, and accelerate steadily, ensuring those you're passing are aware of your move. Never squeeze between two bikes in a staggered line. If you catch up to a slower rider or motorcycle, wait for a clear stretch to overtake and return to formation gently. By passing slowly and considerately, you keep the ride cohesive. This courtesy prevents startles and shows you respect the safety of both your group and other road users.